What's up everybody? So in this video I want to talk about lomography 800 ISO film. So recently I'd seen a lot of reviews for Lomo 800 film and it seemed like it was a pretty good choice. With the price of Portrait 800 I decided to give it a try. So after shooting about 6 rolls of Lomo 800 I've really come to enjoy it and I think it's a really good film. So the colours that Lomo 800 give are pretty accurate. When comparing it to Portrait 800 I'd say it's maybe slightly warmer, but overall has very accurate colors, which is one of the main things that I'm looking for in a sort of 800 speed color negative film, which I'd probably use for a lot of portraits. So as well as good color, it has pretty good saturation and contrast. I think it's a little bit more sort of saturated and more contrasty than Portrait 800, which can be relatively flat. But that's probably a good thing. It's quite a punchy, nice looking film and looks really good. The grain on Lomo 800 is also pretty fine. It's a little bit more noticeable than Portrait 800, but I'm shooting it mainly in medium format and you don't really notice the grain as much. It's not unpleasant or anything like that. It's just that Portrait 800 has a really fine grain for an 800 speed film. And if you crop in, it's a very sharp film, so it gives you a little bit of room for play. The grain won't get too large or too noticeable, especially if you're using the medium format. So one of the main things that I like about Lomo 800 is the price. When comparing to Portrait 800, it's about sort of half the price. I think it's about $30 Australian to buy a 3-pack of the Lomo 800 versus from where I buy my film, it's $20 per roll of Portrait 800. So, $60 for 3 or $30 for 3, it's, half the price. The problem that I have is getting it in Australia. If you're in America, I think it'll be super easy. Just go for it, grab it. I think it's a much better alternative. But for me here in Australia, I can't find many small sort of film retailers here that sell it. I think Lomo's mainly selling it themselves. And the problem with that is the shipping is quite expensive from Lomo to get it to Australia. It costs about 50 Australian dollars. So I think if you want to shoot Lomo 800 in Australia, you either need to be buying something else from Lomography to make the shipping worthwhile, or you need to be buying a lot of film. So for me, I'll probably buy a whole bunch of the 800 and a whole bunch of the 400 as well, because I've seen a lot of good reviews of that, and that would make it worth the price. But if you are from Australia and you know of any local retailers that sell the Lomo 800 at good prices, let me know in the comments down below, because I'm always looking to buy things from Australia, and if I can find someone that stocks it, I would happily pay for it here, but at the moment I've only been able to find it really on Lomo's website. So now I'm going to throw some images up for you guys to have a look at. You can check out the film and see what the results are like. Quick note for a lot of these photos, they will have a bit of a red or a golden sort of colour to them. They were all shot at golden hour, but here in Australia where I live, they've been doing a lot of burning off, so there's a lot of smoke haze, and the smoke haze makes things pretty pink and sort of red and yellow towards the end of the day. So if there's any sort of weird colours, it's all very accurate to what was happening on the day. It was just because of the things going on here in Australia, it just looks that way. But yeah, so I'll throw up the images now so you guys can check them out. So what did you guys think of the images? Let me know in the comments below which ones were your favorites, and Let me know if you've ever shot Lomo 800 before. How do you like it? Do you not like it? If you have any suggestions for people shooting it, that would be awesome. If you found this video helpful or you liked it, please subscribe. I'll be having more videos coming out in the future about film photography. So I hope to see you on the next one.